There goes Luke Versace up the track, 31 years of age, trained by Brad Armstrong. Ryan Camille had those anxious moments after the race to know whether he got through, but he's been in the final. He was here last year. Chris Innes-Wong, the man who's been the medium of such a huge betting plunge, a lot of it coming from his father. He's in green. Is that going to be lucky today? In yellow, Gus Carty-Cowling at just 23 years of age. John Adams goes out of blue, 32. He is the oldest man in the field. I just wonder how much distraction he's had just getting into the field and everything that's been going on, Mel.
Well, hopefully he can use it to help him fire him up. You know, he goes, look, I've been given this opportunity. I'm going to make the best of it.
And what about the reception? The red runner always gets a great reception here. You just heard it. Before that, Isaac Dunmore at 19 years of age, the Queenslander. Let's hope the body holds together. He's had some hamstring issues over the years. And the red Sam Jamieson got an almighty roar from the crowd as he goes up to the start. As we said, he's going to be in a world of his own because he's from 4.75 metres and the closest men to him are from 8 metres, Dunmore and Adams. Is that going to be a help or a hindrance? Only the next few minutes are going to tell.
And there we have Christopher Innes-Wong. I'm sorry, I apologise. Ryan Camille.
Yeah.
Ryan Camille.
Well, he's been in the final before, so he knows just what these moments are like. And I think that's going to mean something for Jamieson, for Camille and Versace. The fact that they've experienced what goes on here.
And going back to earlier, Christopher Innes-Wong, his coach is Paul Young, who was the 1985 gift winner. So to have that mentor, have that coach, he would have given him some really good advice, which would be really important leading into this event.
The names of Foley and Howard and Ross are in the history books here as dual winners, but nobody has ever been able to come close to winning it 6 years apart, and that's what Sam Jamieson is attempting to do today. I wonder what the pressure of favouritism has done to Christopher Innes-Wong. The good thing is he hasn't been in the pressure cooker atmosphere for a long time now, because it's only recently that he's turned his hand to pro running, and maybe that might be an assistance to him in these moments before the start.
And that's what they're saying with Christopher. It's been only 12 months.
Yeah.
Which is extraordinary, isn't it? Just to think, You've been doing it for 12 months.
Come a long way.
Come a long way, and you're now in the Stawell Gift final.
And the man in yellow, Gus Carty-Cowling, what the recurring thought that must be going through his head at the moment, Mel, is nail the start. Nail the start.
And that would have been one of the conversations he would have had with his coach, Max Warlow, that he would have said, now, these are the areas that you can really work on. And that will be his complete focus. You know, it's obviously the run as a whole, but just to get out of those blocks as quickly as he can.
If Jamieson gets there, it will only be in the last couple of strides.
It's the anticipation right now. It's the waiting. You can see there Luke Adams, John Adams, who's in the blue, would be just sitting there going, he's just focusing on what he needs to do to get down the track.
And he's probably needing to focus for the reasons that we spoke about before. If you are just joining us, John Adams, that man, for much of the day, was hoping that he'd be in the Stawell Gift final, and then for a fair portion of the day was thinking that he wouldn't be because he was placed second in his semi, and then they decided that he had dead heated with Ryan Camille, and so we have a 7-man Stawell Gift final. Very unusual. It's windy, it's overcast, but it's the 133rd running. And that place in history awaits the great Neil King, who for so long was at the forefront of Australian athletics, ran in a Stawell Gift, and he admits to the fact that afterwards that what happened in these moments cost him the victory. Got caught up in the moment, didn't compose himself as he should have, and now he's lived to regret it. Australian flag flying high, and those flags behind the start fluttering, just indicating what a windy day it is. It is left to right for the runners, so it is hitting the man in red, Sam Jamieson, first. And sometimes, Mel, what that does is it gives protection to the man who will be on the left of our picture, to the runner's right, because he will get some protection from his fellow athletes. So maybe that helps Luke Versace. We know how strong he is at the end.
There's just so many factors, isn't it, in an event like this? I mean, running on grass is so different than on a track. You know, it's a real art to be able to get that power and that changeover of speed.
These are the moments where there might be a lot of people here and there might be a buzz down at the start, but these are the moments where the athletes try to imagine that there's no one else here. And when you get in that zone, you can do that. You know that better than anyone, having competed at the very top level at Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games, and you have to go into that little bubble where you're all by yourself. Starter proud.
Congratulations on making the final. All the best. All the best, mate. Congratulations. All the best. All the best. Congratulations. All the best, okay? Now, runners, you'll be told to walk to your blocks. Do not get on till I give you the command, and when I call you to the set, I'm going to hold till everyone is firmly set. Now, I'm going to be very severe on any movement in that set position, so I'd expect you to put up your hand if you're unsteady.
Another chapter is about to be added to the history books at Stawell. For the 133rd time, they're about to run for glory.
Get on your marks!
Can Sam Jamieson, the man all the way back in red, win for a second time? Or will the favourite, Chris Innes-Wong, the subject of the plunge, get it done? Jamieson commenced well enough. Innes-Wong not great out. Camille leads them from Versace at the moment. Adams and Dunmore starting to push. It's Camille in front. It's going to be a blanket finish. Carty-Cowling coming late. He might have got there. Carty-Cowling and Versace, but Gus Carty-Cowling in the middle of the field might have touched off Luke Versace, and Sam Jamieson flying. It looked like it was always going to be a blanket finish in the Stawell Gift, and that's the way it proved.
Wow, another amazing finish. We knew that this was going to be an incredibly close gift. We need to sit here and see who officially wins. It's the anticipation of knowing who won the Stawell Gift.
Luke Versace has given his all. He's dived over the line, but Gus Carty-Cowling has got a better start than he did in the semi-finals. Here is our replay. Now, the word is that Versace may have won. Well, I don't know, looking at that. We need to look at the high camera to get some perspective from that. Here is the replay now. We've already had controversy before. Actually, Carty-Cowling's start wasn't that good, so if he does happen to win, that's been a remarkable performance.
Yeah, he just doesn't use his arms to drive out of the blocks, but it doesn't seem to bother him here. And he knows that he has that momentum now to be able to finish, and Versace is fighting for it, knowing he's been in that top marker, and boy, it's been a close one. They are unofficially calling it Versace at the moment, but we'll just have to wait to see what the officials say.
I reckon the high angle will tell us. Versace doesn't know. I got the feeling that on the line he may have actually thought that he might have just been pipped, but the athletes sometimes in that case are the last ones to know, because it's in the corner of their field of vision. They've got the gates to deal with as well. It's very difficult to know. It
is very difficult to know because of the gates. You know, even when you're running, you know, on a proper track as such, and you don't have the gates, you generally have to sit there and wait for the officials, but boy, it is a nervous wait.
Here is the high angle replay, which is right on the gate. I don't think the yellows lost it. Looking at that, I don't think Augustine Carty-Cowling has lost it. It may be a dead heat with Luke Versace, but it looks hard to imagine there that he's been beaten. He may have to share it, and Sam Jamieson was that close to making it 2 Stawell Gifts. That's going to be a cause of great pride for him. It'll be frustration that he wasn't able to win, but he got it so close. And so still we wait. Everyone's on the edge of their seats and just holding their breath, and Versace and Carty-Cowling are trying to get their breath back.
Yes, Luke Versace's had all his support there. Everyone waiting around. We've got Gus Carty-Cowling just sitting there, just waiting. not quite knowing what to do. It'd be just so difficult.
The judges examining the photo, and they are doing so in the most minute of detail. Remember, they made a decision earlier in the day which was overturned, and it became a dead heat with Ryan Camille and John Adams. And still, the 31-year-old who finished third in that famous Stawell Gift, and the 23-year-old Augustine Carty-Cowling wait like the rest of us. This agonising wait. I can't remember a photo finish going this long in my time here in the Stawell Gift final.
Well, we knew coming into this final there wasn't a clear favourite, was there? It could have been anyone's. And it hasn't disappointed us, because now we're sitting here waiting.
And look at Sam
to
Jamieson
see who the
there.
winner is.
The man in red knows how close he came to rewriting the history books. What an incredible achievement that would have been. Now the officials have made their way over. Here we go. Let's stay with the officials.
The winner of the Australia Post Stawell Gift 2014.
It's a dead heat, I think. No, is it Luke Versace? Luke Versace has won it. Well, they took the flags out, the yellow and the black at the same time. Well, that is truly remarkable. And I can tell you something now, I think that Gus Carty-Cowling and his connections will be having a close look at the photo and the replay. But for the moment, let's enjoy the moment.
Give it to Brad. Brad!
With Luke Versace, the 31-year-old. We knew he was strong. He showed us that early, and he's down with Jason Richardson after a dramatic Stawell Gift.
Well, Luke Versace, you've just won a Stawell Gift, young man. Oh my God, mate! How about the suspense? I thought I was gone. I'd spoken to Brad before. I've had a few problems with the lean at the end, and I said to him, mate, if I'm in it, I'll kill myself to win this race. That's insanity.
You had no concern about the lean on that occasion. Gee, they came at you. Your last 30 in particular was so impressive.
Mate, as rubbish as my first 30 is, my last 30 is awesome. If I could start properly, I probably could have won it off 8, but I'm rubbish at that part of the race. But I know coming home, mate, I'll make them work for it.
You're a total different athlete to what we saw a couple of years ago. You look like you've done so much work with Brad Armstrong.
I came here 12 months ago. I ran 13.1 off 11, so I've had to improve 10 metres to do this. I've dropped about 12 kilos. Last year as I came down for the heat, I could hear my wife on the other side of the fence laughing, going, look how fat he is. She had tears streaming down her face. And Thanks, James.
Walk with me. I want to talk to a young man who's got a great history in athletics. His father, Evan Armstrong, Brad, was unable to win this race, but I'll tell you what, you've gone one better now. We're hearing word of protest, but let's concentrate on the winners at the moment. What does this mean to you?
This is absolutely a dream come true. Luke and I have worked our backsides off for this for 13 months straight. Luke came to me with one goal, and it was to win this race. And every training session for 13 months has been about winning this race. And I am so proud of him because there was so much expectation on him. We believed we could do it. I don't think a lot of people believe we could do it. Everything we did in training suggested that he would be able to produce this. And this is the greatest moment of my life.
Well, you've got a great heritage in professional running. You deserve this moment, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jace.
Well done to all of the connections of Luke Versace, but I wonder if this is going to go any further with Gus Carty-Cowling. There was some suggestion that there may be a protest to re-examine all angles. The precedent is there. It's already happened earlier in the day with a semi-final, and that result was overturned from a decisive victory to Ryan Camille to a dead heat with John Adams. And so we may not have heard the last of this, but just for the moment, let's forget about that, because as it stands, this man is the winner. And as he said, his first 30, not great. His last 30 is fantastic, and it's got him the victory as we stand right now.
It absolutely was fantastic. It was a great finish, and there's always potential drama coming to a major event like this, but just looking at these, and I've been watching the Stawell Gift for so long now, Peter, just to see these moments, this elation, the congratulations, is just incredible to see.
So the result is official. They call it 100th of a second to Luke Versace, 12.33. 100th of a second away in third place, Sam Jamieson. Gus Carty-Cowling, 100th of a second away from glory. We thought it was going to be a keenly contested Australia Post Stawell Gift, and so it proves. With the lunge on the line, Luke Versace is the winner in 2014. The presentation is coming up next.